that's really beautiful.
Yeah, I think if you know, it's a bit of a translation, but I think if I understand correctly, you asked maybe if we had ever felt excluded.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, like Sofía said, I think that everybody goes through some form of exclusion. I don't think that any human being really reaches any point in their life without feeling whether or not it was intended, you know, because there is the issue of bullying.
Yeah.
But even outside of something as on the nose as bullying, there is just daily exclusion or feeling like an outsider, which we can bring upon ourselves as well. And I think that giving kids, you know, because we've been outsiders. Everyone in this room has felt like an outsider. And giving kids such strong examples of people who are so clearly outsiders, but who make room in the world for themselves and who are not apologetic of who they are in the end. You know, we all may struggle, but as long as we don't apologize for who we are in the end, that's what matters. I think that Descendants is a shockingly you know, good example for young kids. Something that I didn't anticipate, really.
Yeah, the messages are really powerful.
Oh, yeah.
Really current.
Gracias.
Hola, de pie, por favor.
Oye.
Hola, don Sofía. Ariel Morales para Sobrecarga en Alfombras. Felicidades, increíble película.
Gracias.
Y también increíble soundtrack. ¿Tienen algún plan para presentarse en vivo o hacer alguna gira?
Oh. Quizás, de pronto. Yeah, we all really loved the soundtrack. We fell in love with the music. It's such a pivotal part of the movie. And, well, Deb and I, we love performing. So we would definitely not be opposed.
Yeah, I think that we would love to.
Yeah.
I don't think we can speak on any plans for that currently, but I think that we would love to.
Yeah.
We're big fans of the series.
Absolutely.
The biggest.
Yeah, literally.
Gracias.
Por allá atrás, adelante. De pie, por favor.
Hola, Sofía Carson. Hello, top camera. Mi pregunta es, Sofía, ¿cuál ha sido tu mayor ejemplo? Si estás en Disney Channel, el ejemplo de estar con chicos y niños y darle el ejemplo a esta película que es Disney Channel, que es el mayor ejemplo para los niños. Y más que nada, el bullying. ¿Qué opinas sobre toda esta situación que está circulando en redes sociales, en todo lo que está pasando pues en este planeta, más que nada en todo el mundo? ¿Qué es lo que tú opinas, Sofía?
Yo creo que ambas pensamos lo mismo y sentimos que estamos muy afortunadas. We're very lucky to be in the position that we're in because we get to have a voice for kids who feel like outcast, who feel bullied, because I was bullied growing up, Dove was bullied growing up. We all go through that, and I think it's only gotten worse with social media. It's only gotten heightened, and you know, there's a lot of bullying going on in the world, and I think it's so beautiful to be a part of the movie and a franchise that stands up for believing that, first of all, we have to love ourselves, and self-love is first and foremost, and that we have to love all of us, you know, what we've been saying, who we are, where we come from, and just surround yourselves with people like Mal, Jay, Carlos, and Evie, who love each other and don't judge each other for their weirdness or whatever it may be. And I think that's the key to surviving bullying, is just being with people who accept you for who you are, your quirkiness, and all of that, and keeping close to that, and knowing that, I guess bullies are just sad people, right? They're just angry people.
Yeah, exactly. She said it all. That was perfect.
Siguiente pregunta. Adelante, por favor. De pie, por favor.
Hola, mi pregunta, siguiendo con esta línea del bullying y de ser el ejemplo de muchos niños, es si de repente no se sienten abrumadas lo suficiente con una carga de responsabilidad demasiado grande para ser el ejemplo de estos pequeños.
I think that responsibility is a word that can mean many things. I think that feeling a responsibility in a good way is definitely something that we both share. You know, it's a beautiful opportunity, and you know, I think many people say this, but there's a truth to it. It's a beautiful responsibility to have the opportunity to be examples for young children. And I think that if you know yourself well enough, which I think Sofía and I are both lucky enough to feel that we know ourselves well enough at very young ages, it is something that isn't scary. It's not a scary responsibility. It's a lovely responsibility. It's like I always say it's like being a big sister to so many younger siblings.
Totally.
And it feeds you. It makes your heart happy to be able to be a good example.
It's such an honor. Such an honor. Thank you.
¿Alguien más? Adelante.
Okay. Bueno, Hugo Campos de Descendientes. ¿Qué significó para ustedes trabajar bajo la dirección de alguien como Kenny Ortega?
Bueno, nosotras amamos a Kenny no solo como la persona que es, pero el gran artista que es un genio. Kenny is absolutely brilliant, and it's crazy seeing him in rehearsals creating the musical numbers, and he just sits down and talks to us about his time with Michael Jackson, and when the choreography for Chillin' Like a Villain was influenced in Michael, and to be able to work with someone like him who is not only so brilliant but also cares so much about us as people, as actors, and loves this film so much, it's really such an honor.
Yeah, I would say that Kenny is definitely a legend. He, just with the sheer number of people that he's worked with, clearly is a legend, but he's a legend as well in the way that he treats the people that he works with. And I think that that's his true mark of magic, is he gets the best performances out of his actors who are a lot like his children. He's very paternal. He's very much like a father. But he gets the best performances because of the shining soul that he is. He's almost like he has gold in his veins rather than blood. He's so magic. So it's a huge blessing.
Gracias.
Hola, Marco Mejía del espacio de Javier Poza en Grupo Fórmula. Hoy en día existen niños que tal vez no están familiarizados con este tipo de cintas y que tal vez se van como por las modas, por cuestiones incluso violentas. ¿Qué le dirían a aquellas personas, a aquellos jóvenes que quizá no se han adentrado a este tipo de proyectos y que pues a final de cuentas les llegaría un buen mensaje para erradicar un poco lo que están viendo en otros filmes?
Creo que Good morning. Yo creo que una de las partes que me encanta tanto de esta película es que no es solo una película, it's not just a fairy tale, tiene mensajes muy poderosos y además tiene muchísima acción, o sea que está hecho para niñas y para niños. It's full of action, it's full of really big epic musical numbers. It has a bit of darkness to it as well because we're dealing with villains, but it has such a powerful message. So I think it really is a movie for everyone. Honestly, right? Yeah, honestly is.
We speak to so many fans of so many ages.
Absolutely.
It ranges.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're all shocked.
Totally. Like yesterday when we got to the airport, we had the most beautiful welcome. There was like so many fans, and we were saying they were all 20-something.
Something.
So sometimes it can appeal to someone who's 8 years old or someone who's 20 and also into, cool action movies because we have some of that in the film as well.
But that's the magic of Disney as well. I think Disney, Disney you never get too old for Disney.
No, never.
I do agree.
Hola chicas, ¿cómo están? Diego Barrios de Sale el Sol.
Hola, Diego.
¿Qué les ha gustado de México? La comida, número 1 y número 2, los cambios en la cinta, ¿no?
Okay.
¿Qué va a ver la gente diferente entre la 1 y la 2?
Yo creo que la pregunta es que no nos gusta de México porque amamos a México. I love Mexico so much. El guacamole no es normal. Siempre no es normal. Ayer I had like a tub of guacamole. It was so good. Pero la gente, the fans, the passion that they have, how they received us the second we walked out of the airport, there's really nothing like it. So we're very, very happy to be here.
This is going to be my first time being here doing press, doing work since I was very small. And I always knew that the fans were very passionate, and we as Disney Channel actors always talk about that and the passion that comes out of here. But to feel it firsthand yesterday really was really special, really magic. And I also had my first whole mango. yesterday.
Your first?
I mean, my first whole fresh one, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's very exciting.
It was a night maker. It was very exciting. I had to tweet about it.
Great.
It was that good.
And in terms of the changes from the first Descendants to the second one, I think, the first time around you were introduced to us. And this time the story is much deeper, it's much bigger. Each of the characters kind of goes through their own really deep emotional journey. And at the end of the day, we all kind of come together through that power of the unconditional love that we have for each other. But it's a really beautiful journey. I think I can speak on Evie. Evie's journey, when we met her, she was the daughter of the evil queen. And she was raised to believe that she was defined by her reflection in the mirror. And she quickly learns that, her mom was completely wrong, that as a girl she is, all powerful and she can do whatever she dreams of and that she's not defined by her mirror. And in this movie she's a fashion designer, she's so happy, she's living her dream, she's going to buy her own castle. But at the same time, Mel and Evie are both going through their own struggles without each other knowing. Evie is ashamed of where she comes from and is scared of going back to the Isle, but risks going back to save her best friend.
Easy transition. And then Mal. Mal, the whole film is really, it's almost as though they're two different films. They are two different films, but it's almost as though they're two different stories, if you know what I mean. The characters themselves have developed so much. And I think that's definitely in part because we as actors and human beings have developed so much in our time off. The bond is definitely a lot closer than it was the first time around. I think you can tell when you watch the film that we as a cast have this really deep, I've never seen it before, this really deep, authentic love for each other that I think helps us so much, not only in creating and furthering these characters, but with the trust that we've created to sort of explore the story. Because Kenny, our director, is very all about the movie never dies, like the movie never goes to sleep. It's not like we read the script and then we just put it up and film it. We live and we breathe it, and also it changes as we go. And so really staying present and being together and that love that we have for each other serves us to no end. So you can definitely see that, and I would just say the whole thing has so many more layers. Mal herself deals with a sort of a midlife crisis, where premature, a little premature. But it's actually a very intense thing that she goes through because she's pretending to be somebody that she's not because she thinks she has to be, which I think we can all relate to. But the darkness comes in when she reaches a point where she can't pretend anymore, but not only can she not pretend anymore, she has to leave everyone who loves her, everyone who knows her. She doesn't have her mother anymore, and she's going to go back to a place where nobody accepts her and she's a complete and total outcast. And she's consigned herself to live a life of solitude, essentially. She's not going to come back, which is a very dark decision to make for a 16-year-old. And so Mal is very lost for the majority of the film, and she kind of finds herself at the end. But the whole thing is a big transition for her, which is strange for somebody who seemed to know herself so well the first time around.